I have 92 days, just about 13 weeks before I have to go back to school. I want to do something with that time. I want to do something more interesting than I would with that time. I want to change what those 13 weeks mean rather than rather than just waiting to go back to school because there's nothing else for me to do. I would like to turn those 13 weeks into the first 13 weeks of the rest of my life. For the majority of my life, I have been in love with the concept of content creation. Whether that content was film, TV, documentaries, special news reports, or online content for YouTube, Twitch, or what have you, I have always been intrigued and enthralled with the process. In 2010, I would have my first taste of that process for a school project my dad and I would make for my third grade history report on Abraham Lincoln. Seeing it all come together, how it worked, why it was done the way it was done, and seeing the end product changed the world for me. I realized that everything I loved about movies, TV, documentaries, and all the rest was possible to do myself, and that with enough time and the right tools, the world was my oyster. For the next few years, I would spend a great deal of time making little fan films or writing stories to play out with my friends back home. I even dabbled in stop-motion animation, but found that to be far too time-consuming. None of these were published, of course. But in 2013, I was given an editing software for my birthday, and on July 26th of that year, I would begin my first personal YouTube channel in all of its 2013 era Minecraft galore. If you really felt like it, you'd probably go back and find that channel today. As time went on, while my content was, in hindsight, pretty terrible, it taught me how to better use software like Premiere and Photoshop, skills I would use on many a school project for years to come. In 2017, after 4 years of making content in my free time, and not even very consistently, I would be forced to all but give up that part of my life as time went on and responsibilities with school would pile up. In high school, though, I never forgot my love of content creation and would show in certain school-related video projects, I had to learn very quickly that if I were to be a good student, and therefore a success to those around me, I would have to live up to their expectations. Expectations that would require me to give up my passion. While I never forgot what it was that I wanted, I did forget to value it. Somehow, that mindset worked. I graduated. I went off to learn to do something that I was pretty good at and was all ready to begin a new life somewhere else. Sadly for all of us, that sentiment would not last. As lockdowns began and schools all practically screeched to a halt for a couple of weeks, I was stuck in limbo. With an unseen amount of stress piling up around school, family, and responsibilities, I burnt myself out very quickly. I fell very hard into isolation and depression that came with a great amount of reflection. What had I actually accomplished in my less than a year of university? What would I be getting out of my life? What is it that I actually wanted? And it was there. in the loneliness of isolation, half a nation away from my family and friends, that I remembered what I had been required to forget. I remembered the good times when I could enjoy creating something entirely my own. I remembered my passion for storytelling and content creation. And from then on, my end goal was to find a way to transition out of university as efficiently and quickly as possible. I changed my major from something I thought I wanted to something I might enjoy. I started live streaming, and 7 months ago, I made a video that I hoped would be the first in a fresh start for this channel, but ended up being a video I never had the chance to follow up on. Until now. My dream in life is to be able to make documentaries and docu-series as a content creator, and these next 13 weeks are a growth period for me. I want to give myself the chance to know that it is possible to do this and do it well, with regularly scheduled content. I want to know that there is an audience for the kind of content I want to make and that I like to consume. These next 13 weeks are my crash course in content creation, like I've never had before, and I hope you're along for the ride. More than anything, this is a period of change for me, and at the end of the next 13 weeks, I hope it was a change for the better.